You see? Oh, and now the recording started. All
Uh,
right. I better get out of here.
Good to know.
sometimes I have enough time to look around to see what I'm supposed to be doing. Thanks,
Oh,
Val,
there you go.
for telling us about your day so I could do that. And now I'm
Okay,
going to
good.
introduce the next playwright, who is a member of Theater West and the group rep in Los Angeles. She has an extensive background in improv and has performed with Theater Sports Los Angeles, Pulp Playhouse, Glamorama, Brain Trust, and lots of other improv companies, including one that used to be known way back long ago as Theater Sports New York and is now known as Freestyle Repertory Theater. Please welcome our old friend Clara Rodriguez. I mean, friend from way back, not old friend. Sorry, Clara.
Sure, I get it.
Um, what have you been up to?
You mean today, like everyone else? I had a nap, so big day for Clara.
All right.
The
So
best day. Naps are the best. Uh,
ready to go. We have one more playwright to
we
introduce.
do this playwright as part of a writing team with New York Theater Sports, and we all know that was Freestyle Repertory Theater. Alum Sam Johnson has written for a number of TV shows that I'm pretty sure you will have heard of, including Beavis and Butthead, News Radio, Frasier, How I Met Your Mother, Hot in Cleveland, and What We Do in the Shadows. If your favorite isn't among them, you are a very strange person. He also teaches TV writing at USC. Please welcome Chris Marshall.
Hey, Chris.
Hello there.
Hello.
So
Uh,
great to see you. It's so great to
It's
have
fun to
you
be
here.
back. I haven't done this in forever, so we'll see how it goes.
You'll be just fine.
The fear is part of the process.
Of course.
Yeah,
Anything you want to share about your day, since that seems to be the theme of the intros?
yeah, yes. Um, I am working on the Beavis and Butthead reboot, and we spent some time discussing a story where old Beavis, because we sometimes show them what the age they would be if they just kept aging, where old Beavis is locked in a hot car and can't get out.
Oh no, that doesn't
So
sound safe.
yeah, um, it isn't. We actually in the reboot we actually have killed off the characters at the end of episodes because we have zero continuity.
Excellent. Excellent.
So it's very freeing.
Very nice.
Uh,
And very
Continuity
much
is
in the
over.
spirit of
Yeah,
what we will do here
right.
today.
Continuity is overrated in life as well. So
Fantastic.
All
All
right.
right.
Go ahead, Kat.
So let's bring all the rest of our playwrights back onto the screen. And audience, this is the moment when you are especially going to want to open your chat if you haven't done so already. Each playwright is going to ask for a suggestion to kickstart their play. And when they do, if you have an idea, just type it in the chat. They'll read them out loud and pick the one they most like. So, Lisa, I think you are our first playwright of the evening. What would you like to ask for?
Well, standing online at the drugstore today, I picked up Harper's Bazaar, and there was this great spread with these fabulous costumes and colors, and I thought, how what we wear informs who we are and what we're doing. So I would like a piece of clothing that might be evocative of something, anything. A bow tie, oh, flip-flops. Are those together? Chef hat, a Hello Kitty scarf. Oh, I thought it said scar, but it's scarf. Espadrilles, right, Alex? Um, uh, yeah, I think flip-flops and a Hello Kitty scarf. Oh, apron, yellow suspenders. These all go together.
They do.
Yeah. Um, okay. Bow tie.
You want to commit to one and then take
Yeah, bow tie. Bow
bow
tie.
tie.
Thank
All
you.
right, bow tie and whatever else comes up.
There you go.
All right, next we have Laura Valpy. What would you like to ask for?
I would like to ask for not a catchphrase, but what was coming to mind was like my my grandma always had certain phrases that she would say, whether they were advice, some could be advice, some could be just the thing about it is blah blah blah, but she would say it a million times, you know. So someone you know, someone you love, what comes to mind when you know someone's advice or phrase? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Exactly. Nobody likes a smart aleck from Alex Rowe. Play is more fun after working. Play is more cherry on top. Yep, make good choices. Don't make me stop this car. Ooh, this is great. Use your inside voice. Exactly. Uh, and so a good time was had by all. These are
Aw.
also all fantastic. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I better choose one and then just like Lisa, I'll maybe who knows, who knows. I'm going to choose nobody likes a smart aleck.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Nobody likes
thanks.
smart. All
These are
right.
great.
Clara, you're up. What would you like to ask for?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say that when you said that we could turn on our videos, I realized that I hadn't turned off my video. So I
No
apologize
problem.
for that. I'm an idiot. Could I please have a noun, a verb, and an emotion?
Mm.
Three things.
A noun, a verb, an emotion. Feel free to
Yeah.
offer one or all three, whatever you got.
Pillow talk, sadness, bug, running, bashful. Motorcycle fulfills, sad. Feather, float, laugh. These are good. Yarn, munch, ecstatic. um, none, none, swimming, angry. Loon, charge, meh. Chilly, dancing, excitement. These are all great. I think I'll take none, swimming, and angry. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. We already have a brilliant audience, we can tell. All right, bring it home, Chris. What do you want to ask for?
I would like the first thing you'd say to somebody you haven't seen in 20 years.
What?
First thing you would say to someone you haven't seen in 20 years.
Is that you? Damn, you look good. I like that one. Wow, you look the same. I dare you. Glad to see you. I think I'm going to take damn, you look good. I like that attitude.
There
I
you
haven't
go.
forgotten.
Starting off positive.
Yeah, some of these I may hang on to, however.
All right. Well, playwrights, you all have your suggestions. We're going to send you off in a minute. Before we do, let's just stay with us, Clara. You're just getting ahead of me. You're one step ahead every step of the way. We just like to remind us what it is your suggestions are, and then we will send you off to write for 45 minutes. So, Lisa.
My suggestion is bow tie, maybe flip-flops.
Mine is nobody likes a smart aleck.
Mine is none, swimming, and angry.
Mine is damn, you look good.
Fantastic. So we're going to send you away for 45 minutes, but remember to look out for texts. We will be sending you time reminders and some more inspiration. Remember, whatever you write will be all right. So on your marks, get set, right away.
Awesome. All right. People in the
Woohoo!
Zoom room, whom we fondly call our audience. As the writers are getting started, now's the time. You can turn your video back on and even your sound if you want to stop and say hello to someone. That's excellent. Excellent to have everyone here. Go ahead and grab a paper and a pencil or a pen or whatever you're going to write on. I don't know why we can't live stream. It just keeps preparing, so I've given up on it. But I will be recording this and putting it on YouTube because not a lot of people, some of our followers watch it on YouTube later. So if that makes a difference to you, that's what we're doing. But it is fun to have you all here on screen. Now, You
Yes.
have some options for how you're going to see us. You may already know this, but I'll just go over it. If you move your cursor to the upper right of your screen, you'll see some of those options of how the windows appear on your screen, like gallery view or speaker view. Choose whatever you want. That does not at all affect how anyone else sees the screen. And now we're going to start the jam.
Yeah.
The important thing to remember is improv is all about being spontaneous and supporting each other's creativity. If you've never done improv before, I've just told you the secret of the whole art form. It can be boiled down to two rules. Always say yes, always make your partner look good. When we're writing, I think of saying yes as saying yes to your own first idea, because all ideas are just as good as any other idea right at this beginning point. And don't bother. This is all about, as Kat said earlier, about rough drafts. So don't bother critiquing what you're writing. We actually enjoy finding out what just popped out of everyone's brain when we don't have time to think about it. Also, we're going to ask people to read what they've written, and don't think about whether or not you want to volunteer. Just go ahead and tell us when you're ready to go, because once again, we don't have a moment to judge what we've done. And a lot of it can only be appreciated in comparison to what other people have written in other ways that they have decided to interpret our strange instructions. All right. You ready, Kat?
I am. I'm excited.
Everyone else? I mentioned when I confirmed people's reservations that I may not have mentioned yet tonight that I'm actually not in New York as I normally am. I'm in Colorado, where the weather is crazy up in the mountains. It's I don't think it's gotten above 48 degrees today. It rains, it snows, it beats down hot sun. And I mentioned in my email to everyone that we've based our jam on what's outside my window, which is change. Everything, that's our theme for our jam tonight. It really seems to like kick a story off if something is set and then something has changed. But just to get us loose right now, we're going to play a written version of an old improv game called Gibberish Translator. The way this is going to work is I'm going to speak gibberish. And the conceit is you and you alone are the only person who speaks my gibberish language and English. For my story to be told to the world, it relies on you translating what I'm about to tell you. And I'll just go sentence by sentence, but won't give you a lot of time to translate, so that be spontaneous, be as fast as you can. Here we go. Versiegele Fide for la Manisigai. O parque Hibria, o Wasigibana, Puchigabana. Loblanda, o Glapita, Ishcoinde for the Hyla, Combade Black. Bonati Saka Black, or Black, it's you would abana. E Flocadega, or Rely, a Hockety Bonaya, Brugubain is a Bubain, Dickapoy. Eklava. Skilu boy. A flangesh couple. Flickabataya. Oh, blind blue. Epla, Chicor, Flolamba, Between. The end. All right, just take like maybe another 10 seconds to put whatever finishing touch you feel like doing. And now, if you're off camera and been writing and you want to read, maybe put it in chat. I'll see it there, or just yell at me. If you're on camera, just raise your hand. Kat and I will just field this so that we're not all talking at once.
I saw Bronca's hand and then Jean and then Alex.
All right. Let the world know. What did I say? Oh,
Unmute
Bronca, your
yourself for us, Bronca.
microphone is off.
I'm a little under the weather, so my voice is a little crazy tonight to begin with. Oh no, he's done it again. Look, what's done is done. Whenever I look into it, it's dark. You disagree with my experience? Well, it's my experience. I've been scared for 21 days now. No let up. And it's your fault. I thought better of you. That there was possibility. And in the end, just disappointment. It's okay, I'm used to it. And nothing can be done.
That was it exactly. Yeah. 21 days.
That's great. Laura, I'm noticing that it's almost time for us to send a time check. Should we get a suggestion and then hear the next two?
All right. That's a good idea. All right. How about we send them a suggestion of something that changes. Can we come up with something that changes? That's a very broad request, but what is something that could change?
Time.
Ah, oh yeah, very specific. A thunderstorm begins.
Yeah, let's do
There we
that.
go. Thank you, Alex.
All right, so we'll send that off.
A thunderstorm
Ian,
begins.
do you want to read for us? You'll unmute yourself for us.
Sorry, I
Nope.
thought I had.
Everybody, yeah.
This one wonderful and glorious night, I was startled out of my chair. There was a beautiful and large deer looking into my window. It was magnificent and scary all at the same time as it banged on the window with bang, bang, bang until the glass shattered into a million pieces. I stood there frozen. beauty of this magnificent creature as it was attempting to climb through the open window. I know I was supposed to feel scared, and the truth is I was. But this magnificence of a beast standing before me was magical.
Wow. Wow, gorgeous. Thank you. That was exactly my story.
And we've got Alex.
Uh, well, if we have time. Harold, I think you have to remember the cat. What are you talking about? She doesn't do calculus. Bianca, explain to him that the time is running out. It's not just we who are in trouble, it's the whole country. And it's up to me? Nothing is ever the cat's fault? Harold, you cannot believe she is the only answer. She is, but she wills us all to die. You know, you're right. And it's all as it should be. Merk fifth moment is this. That was the end.
See what you did there? Very nice. Excellent. Beautiful. All of those stories in one, Laura. It's indeed magical.
I just want to point out that there's just with three people, there's been incredible variation. One was Braca wrote a monologue directed at someone. Jean wrote a story or somebody relating something that happened to them, and Alex wrote dialogue. All correct. It's always so surprising to me because I think all of us go with the most obvious idea when we're working fast, but what's obvious to one is not obvious to another. Patty, are you wanting to read?
Well, I can, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Let me be clear. This behavior cannot continue. What are you thinking? It's simple, really. Don't make it so dramatic. You say those words and it makes me crazy. Look at it this way. Just say Chinese or Mexican or I'll order for myself.
Nice.
So moving. Such a moving story. So universal.
Thanks. Yeah. All right. Well, Laura, shall we move ahead? You mentioned the word change, and of course, at the heart of dramatic action is this word change. So we thought we would do some things today to sort of play with different types of change in whatever form of writing you want to do. So we're going to start out very obviously. I'm going to give you an opening sentence or an opening line, and then each successive sentence or two, don't let it limit you too much, we want you to start with the word fortunately or unfortunately, alternating back and forth. Yes? So I might say, this morning I stubbed my toe. Fortunately, it wasn't broken. Unfortunately, it swelled up to look like a plum. Fortunately, I like plums. I don't know, whatever, right? There's any version of that you want to do. So here is your opening sentence, and then we'll let you go back and forth. Fortunately, unfortunately, we'll give you about, what do you think, Laura, 3 minutes or so?
Okay.
We'll check in with you in about 3 minutes. So, your opening sentence is, on Tuesday morning, Joe's alarm clock rang 2 hours early. Take about 1 more minute.
What is that?
When you
15
get to
seconds?
the easier about your last 30 sentence, maybe end your last sentence with, and in the end, or in the end. All right, friends. Who wants to share? Oh, wait, before we do that, Laura, should we
I think we should.
all right. So we're gonna send our next suggestion to our playwrights.
Which I think, why don't we make it a something a character says, a line of dialogue. Oops. All right, let me see, where are we starting here? Not having internet issues, me too. Shit, that was the last bottle of wine. Suckering succotash. If I felt any better, I'd see a doctor. My name came from my grandmother. She was a hell of a lady. That can't be the only one left. I was hoping you would say that. Kat, I chose the last one. Why don't you choose this one?
I like if I felt any better, I'd see a doctor.
If I felt any better, I'd see a doctor. Thank you, Janella. Oops, oops.
You're welcome.
I am the worst. If I felt any better, I'd see a doctor. There we go. All right. We get to hear some now?
We do indeed. Who would like to share? If you raise your electronic hands. Okay, there we go. Karen, I see one hand. Let's start there and then think about if anybody else wants to share.
Okay, so on Tuesday morning, Joe's alarm clock rang too. Fortunately, Joe loves sunrises. Unfortunately, the sky was filled with clouds. Fortunately, clouds make Joe think of her university years spent in Ireland. Unfortunately, in Ireland is where she had her heart broken. Fortunately, Joe discovered that a broken heart healed itself and be even stronger than before. Unfortunately, one area of the heart never seems to heal.
Oh.
So sweet. Alex, I think I saw your hand next.
Yes, well, on Tuesday morning, Joe's alarm clock rang 2 hours early. Fortunately, he has set it 2 hours late. Unfortunately, the foreman had scheduled everyone for 10. Fortunately, Joe was slow to get his coffee brewed. Unfortunately, without his coffee, he was good for Butkus. Fortunately, Butkus was just what the new foreman wanted. Unfortunately, Joe's regular guy had been fired. Fortunately, the union covered the guy's pension. Unfortunately, Joe's overtime was the source. In the end, Joe left the union.
Delightful, delightful. Good. Any other volunteers who want to share their fortunately and unfortunately stories?
Yep, Jean.
Yeah,
Hear
Jean,
it.
let's hear it.
All right. On Tuesday morning, Joe's alarm clock rang 2 hours early. Fortunately, it would give him the time he needed to hike up the mountain and back before his job interview. Unfortunately, he hadn't counted on the ice and snow. Fortunately, he hadn't unpacked the day pack from the weekend, and his crampons were there. Unfortunately, he was wearing sneakers. Fortunately, the temperature was warming and the snow and the ice turned to rain. And in the end, he had a wonderful hike and aced the interview.
Yes.
A happy ending.
Love those happy endings. Welcome, Maury.
Thank you.
We're just hearing some of our readings on the last activity, which was to alternate between fortunately and unfortunately. Fortunately, we have time to hear one more,
Oh,
or two more. I saw Mary's hand and then Braca's hand.
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
You want to unmute yourself, Rosemary? Thanks, great.
See? Oh, great. Okay. Hello. I don't know. All right. So on Tuesday morning.
How can I can't adjust the volume?
Oh,
I'm going to mute you, Maury. You may have to ask me for permission to unmute, but that's fine. Good. Go ahead, Mary. Sorry.
okay. No worries. On Tuesday morning, Joe's alarm clock rang 2 hours early. Fortunately, he was on holiday and forgot to set an alarm to catch the tour bus to see his favorite K-pop band, Kitty Fits. Unfortunately, he forgot to bring his handmade poster that read, "I spit for Kitty Fits." Fortunately, fortunately, the lobby was filled with furry super fans. And in the end, Joe left Japan covered in candy, kitty fits, and spit.
Another happy ending. Brilliant, brilliant.
So lucky many of these ended unfortunately.
So fortunate, so fortunate. And Braca, bring us home. But unmute yourself, Rod.
And I also have him going to a job interview.
Oh, it's in the air. Very nice.
Okay. On Tuesday morning, Joe's alarm rang 2 hours early. This was great for him, as fortunately he had a job interview that day and needed time to prepare. Unfortunately, it was annoying to me as I'm not a morning person. Fortunately, he shut it off quickly and then went to the kitchen to prepare. Unfortunately, I did not feel. Oh no! He thanked me for for my understanding. Unfortunately, I did not feel very understanding that morning. Fortunately, he went to the kitchen to prepare for the interview. Unfortunately, I could not get back to sleep. In the end, fortunately, it gave me a chance to write a poem about the experience.
Oh, brilliant. Every unfortunate experience ends with, fortunately, I got to write a poem about it. Brilliant, brilliant.
Kat, I think fortunately it's time for another suggestion.
Indeed,
This is
indeed.
going by so fast.
It is.
What would you like to ask people for,
What
Kat?
about some kind of action that a character could do? Some kind of action that a character could take, or a stage direction.
Let me see.
Whacking a ball, frying an egg, pets a wet dog, jazz hands, hunkers down, burps a baby, blew out all the candles. There's definitely some left field wings we could throw out there. Passes out, unties a bow tie with one hand. What do you like, Laura?
Well, you and I both laughed at jazz hands.
Okay.
So why don't I say all of the characters on stage do jazz hands?
Yes,
Okay.
there you go. That'll
All
raise
right,
this.
here we go. All of the characters on stage do jazz hands. There we
Brilliant.
go.
There we go.
All right. Where are we, Kat? Did we finish reading?
I think we're done, unless
Oh.
there's someone champing at the bit to tell us fortunately, unfortunately, story. I think we are ready to move on.
All right. So this next thing I'd like to try is an emotional switch monologue. A character is speaking alone, doing a monologue, and at a moment that I ask, we'll let you write for a while. At a moment that I ask you to, we'll ask you to switch what the emotion is. So to start out, just pick an emotion. And if you haven't picked one already, the emotion is scared. The character is afraid. But if you've already picked one, go with it. Would you also put your character in a setting? And if you haven't picked a setting yet, I'm going to say the setting is the breakfast room. Ready? Start with that emotion in that setting and be prepared. In about a minute, I'm going to ask you to switch. Go. Switch the emotion, anything you want. If you haven't chosen one, the emotion is resolute. And I'll give you 20 more seconds. All right. The irony is, if you've ever been a part of this event, I am the slowest writer in the world, but for some reason, I give people mere seconds to write. Who's going to read? I want to hear a bunch of these. I can wait. Alex, let's hear it. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't gonna, but if nobody else is. Excited. There must be 50,000 people in this town and none of them know where I am. Wow. I never knew I would be so exciting to be in a new place. Wait a minute. Was it 54 8th Avenue or 58 4th Avenue? And then the change. Oh man. I never know what I don't remember things. I don't think I have a problem, but man. All right. I'm just going to go with the first. Where am I?
That is distressingly similar to real life.
It was all just remembered.
Yes, Mary.
I always have to remember to unmute. That's ridiculous. Okay. Happiness. Holly was so happy to be free. She hadn't spent much time alone on the prairie. So today she decided to cottywomple down by the creek and catch frogs. Oh, how Maisie loved frogs, but was terrified of water. Ter- uh, Holly was scared to cross the creek because there was an old log covered in slippery moss, and her new shoes just wouldn't stick. She grabbed an old stick and stuck it in the mud. That's when she heard a loud meow. She jumped back and landed in the mud. It was Maisie. She had come to surprise her with the frog in her mouth.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's so great to hear. I'm starting to hear like people's voices even across all these different exercises. Super fun. Yeah.
Yep, Karen.
All right.
You know what? Why don't you start by telling us what the two emotions and the setting are, if you can.
Oh, I did the ones you said. So scared, breakfast room, resolute.
Okay.
I went that on that path.
Excellent.
So with shaky limbs, I sat down at the breakfast. Sorry, with shaky limbs, I sat down in the chair in the breakfast room. The seat was of old wood and creaked like an old door. My parents looked at me with disapproval and disappointment. Resolute. I knew my punishment for missing curfew was already determined. I waited for the verdict to be read.
Whoa. Whoa. It's kind of chilling. I'm looking around for hands. I'm looking.
Is that about the P. Diddy case or what's that about?
Is that it for the readers? I'm looking for the off-camera readers too. I don't see any at the moment. So if you want to read, go for it now. But the window is closing.
Oh, I see a Braca hand. Yeah, it was harder.
Oh, you know what? I think I could have given you more time. Sorry. But go ahead, Braca. Let's hear it.
Unmute for us, please.
I just have to see if I can read it. So the first emotion was sad. I'm on the wrong street, and I was supposed to meet her here. It's been so long. I wonder if she'll recognize me. Since I've just been to Switzerland, at least there's Toblerone. I wonder. So that's where I was switching from sad to happy. I remember when I first had Toblerone, so happy and felt special to have that treat and also to make it available again.
Lovely. Cool. Kat,
Yes.
should we move on to the next exercise or send a final suggestion first?
We're like right in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll maybe let's do the next assignment and then before we read, we'll send them one last.
All right.
Does
Okay.
that make sense? Or we could get the suggestion now and just hold it while people are writing.
Oh,
Let's do
yeah.
that. So what is our final suggestion? How about a thunderstorm? We've had a line of dialogue. We've had an action.
What is something that suggests finality? The clock strikes
12.
121. Oh, 12.
12.
Sign your name on the dotted line. A coffin lid slams shut. A mug shatters on the kitchen floor. And scene. The school bell rings. Oh man. See, once the ideas start rolling, the hard part is just choosing. Stamps the red letter. The alarm clock
Alarm clock
rings.
ring.
What did
We
you
have
see?
a couple of them that are bells, so maybe a bell rings.
Okay. All right. And I think this exercise is one you're going to lead, right, Kat?
It is. So I heard you, Jane, just say the last one was harder, and it was harder. We sort of put a bunch of elements all together. This also may be quote harder, more challenging, or maybe it will be simpler because you'll see. But we're doing something similar, except instead of emotions, we want you to play with shifting power dynamics, right? Because a lot of dramatic action is about someone who's very high, powerful, dropping in power, or someone who's lowly in whatever way, gaining status. So think about two people and a power relationship. For example, Cinderella and her stepsisters, right? She starts low, they have authority and power in that relationship at the beginning. Or it's another classic one. I mean, Oedipus is the ultimate like rise and then fall, right? Relationship to a bunch of other characters. So pick a relationship. It could just be a king and a servant, right? I guess that's the most archetypical. Um, so pick a relationship where there is a power differential or a status differential. And what we're going to ask you to do is to, over the course of the scene, have that power dynamic switch. So pick the relationship. If you have not yet picked a relationship, uh, let's have it be patron and shoe salesman. And I'm going to give you, oh, we only have 5 minutes left. We're going to set, Laura's going to send the suggestion we just thought of. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to write, which is not enough, but we'll want to have a little bit of time at the end here. So over the course of that 3 minutes that you're writing, have that relationship switch the power dynamics in some way. On your mark, get set, go. About halfway done. and start to wrap it up.
Okay, what did you kiddies do with the other box of medicines, huh? What did you kiddies do?
And come on back. Thank you for playing with that. Wish we had 4 hours to debrief how it went, but who wants to share?
And we only have, there we go.
There, Jean, share with us, and then it will be time to.
I do because I'm willing to take a risk.
Woo! Everything you
Uh,
did is great. Here we go.
The teacher and student. The student entered the band room for the first time. The teacher did not know this particular student and told them to take a seat in the back of the room. The teacher was demonstrating a rather complicated piece on the piano, but could not execute it to get his point across. The new student raised her hand and asked if she could give the piece a try. The teacher said, "That's ridiculous," but relented when she moved to the front of the room and sat down at the piano. She began to play the piece, simply and easily. All, including the teacher, were mesmerized by her performance.
Perfect. Perfect. Exactly like that. And I would totally see that movie. Fantastic. Beautiful. Well, Laura, we have 40 seconds on the clock.
We got, yeah, 30 seconds. Somebody got a 30-second long. Yeah. Okay, Mary, let's hear it real quick.
All right. Excuse me. Waits patiently. Excuse me. Can I get some help over here? The cashiers look over and give her the once over. Can I help you? Yes, I need this in a size 10. Cashiers look at each other, eyes wide, mouths open. You need a what? Did I stutter? I said I need a size 10. Do you mean Oprah size 10 or little girl size 10? Coughs. What do you think? I think you need an Oprah size 10 somewhere.
Ariel,
The cashier turns and walks back.
Oh, ouch. Like, brilliant, brilliant. And that is exactly our time. So we will send some notes to our playwrights, getting them to come back. And yes, indeed, we will. Thank
Here
you.
they all come. Have we got them all? We've got them all back already.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
that
I'm
means.
back. Get off my back.
All right. So what this means, of course, is the playwrights need to cast these plays and prepare for their world premieres. So we're going to need to take a 10-minute intermission. I've typed in, and I think Kat has as well, the addresses to Freestyle Repertory Theater and Synergy Theater if you want to check out our web pages, if you want to make a donation. That is always very, very much appreciated. Also, we have a Facebook page called Right Away Afterwards. That is just for people who've attended right away. If you have more to say, something you didn't get to read that you want to post, anything at all. It's just maybe even find out who's going to be in the next one coming up. The next one is going to be Monday, June 23rd. So 10 minutes. And that 10 minutes means it's going to be 38 minutes, I believe, after the hour that you're in at the moment. So we'll see you at this hour 38. And now, playwrights, let's hear who you need to read your plays. I think, Lisa, you were the first one.
Yeah, I would love it, Chris, if you could play Jerry, and Valpy, if you could be Trudy. Thank you.
Excellent.
I already
Laura
said
Valpy?
Yes, thank you. Tell you what, how about Kat? Could you be Braxton? And Lisa, will you please be Jane? Okay, that's all I got.
Cool. Clara?
Yeah. Chris, could you please read Max for me? And
Sure.
and Valpy, could you please read Sally?
And Chris, who do you need?
Um, Lisa, you up for a part despite the dental work?
Yeah, I think I'm cool.
Good. Then you play Lisa, and Clara will play the Tooth Fairy.
The tooth. Okay.
I think that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm sorry, folks, I could not get it to live stream. It just keeps telling me it's preparing to live stream. So I'm recording it. We'll see if my computer can hold the recording, and then I'll post it on Facebook if that all works. But I'll wind to Ken and hope that he can figure out what went wrong. So we'll see you in 8 minutes, it looks like.
Thank you.
We have 2 minutes left for the intermission, folks. 2 minutes. I'm back a bit early, everybody. You still have time to order that drink at the bar, if you have a bar in your home.
I knew I was missing something. It's because I'm out of practice.
What, you didn't make it to the bar?
I did not make it to the bar. I was reading my parts so that I could do right by my fellow playwrights.
That's nice.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
Amazing.
we'll see. I mean, it's a goal. I would also like to be taller.
How's that going?
It's little by little.
I drink some electrolytes.
Yeah, exactly. I just think I'm taller.
All right, audience, come back to us. Come back. If you're back and you have your camera off, that's perfect. I'm going to trust that you're coming back. While you're gathering, let me just take this time again to invite you to check out the websites of Synergy Theater and Freestyle Repertory Theater, and also to join our Facebook page right away afterwards. And Kat has put all that info in the chat for you. If you're watching this recording, and I hope you are, because that means I successfully recorded it, our websites are at freestylerep.org. or synergytheater.com. And Facebook, you know how to get there. I mean, yeah, everybody knows that. So we're back, Kat. And your microphone is still off. I know, I started
I
the
thought
show
I'd
that
join,
way.
I thought I'd join the tradition.
So folks in the audience, or any of us who are watching these plays as they're being read, we ask you to keep your camera off, and actually even keep your microphone off while the plays are being read. And if you would like to, you can go to the video icon and scroll down on that and put in hide non-video participants. If you would like to not see the names of everybody whose camera is off, you can do that. And I think I'm going to do that, maybe if I can manage it while I'm talking. But it is fun when the scene is over, if you pop back on, to just give the playwrights and the cast a little bit of a round of applause. I think that's about what we need to say, except I'm going to review the suggestions, because I love hearing them come back up in the reading. So the first one was "A thunderstorm begins." The next one was a line of dialogue: "If I felt any better, I'd see a doctor." The next one was "All of the characters on stage do jazz hands." And I have a personal request. I would just like to see the readers do jazz hands rather than the playwright read that. I just would love to see it that, but it's up to you. And the last one was "A bell rings." So Laura Valpy, I believe you are first on the list. Whatever you want to do to set the scene for us, please do. And do remind us, of course, of what your initial suggestion was. I'm going away now.
Is Clara back?
Oh, Clara. Clara, are you back?
I'm back.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I can go. That's fine. Let me get my thing up. I sent a new one a second ago, a new PDF a second ago. If you guys have it, sorry, give me a second. If we can open it, if not, it's okay. It'll be fine.
Placing
Okay, well, my suggestion was nobody likes a smart aleck. And so Lisa will be reading Jane and Kat will be reading Braxton. Do you guys have it? You're good, you have it. Okay, fabulous. I was trying to vamp for a second just in case. Okay, great. I will read stage directions, get my face out of here, and there we go. Okay, nobody likes a smart aleck. A small room with a table and a chair. Braxton stands and Jane sits. Kat, you're muted. It's okay. We'll start again. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're totally good. A small room with a table and a chair. Braxton stands. Jane sits.
Nobody likes a smart aleck.
Nobody likes dumb questions.
Braxton looks up into a high corner in the room where a security camera looks back.
Are you hearing what I'm hearing? Did you hear the mouth on this girl?
Whoever is or is not watching can't hear you.
Excuse you?
You're not recording sound.
Of course we are.
No, you're not. That particular camera runs video only, and I don't see a microphone. Based on the age of that relic you've got up in the corner, how long has it been up there? 20, 25 years at least? Does it even work? Based on the age of your technology and the state of this place, I'm guessing it's not quite in the budget to have any kind of new super spy, super secret sound recordings set up in the whatever kind of room this is supposed to be when it's not a TSA Homeland Security war on more than 3 ounces interrogation room of the Kalamazoo airport. However, if you would like...
The sound of thunder and rain, and the lights flicker.
Well, that makes me feel a little better.
Oh, you feel better getting that off your chest? Your little smart alecky assessment of the seriousness of the situation?
Yeah, if I felt any better, I'd see a doctor. Yeah, this is my idea of a good time. No, the storm. With any luck, the storm will delay my flight long enough. Well, maybe I won't miss it. Now, as I was going to say, if you would like to record sound, you know, so we both have an accurate record of this absurd circus, I'd be happy to record on my phone.
You confiscated your phone.
Yes, I know, but if I could just have it back, you could ask your questions, I could answer my answers. You could prove that you followed protocol by the book with all the civility of a good Kalamazooian, and I could send it to my lawyers and maybe, just maybe, make my flight, of which I am painfully aware that it is the only flight to New York out of this airport today, once the storm passes. Please.
I saw you last night. The Old Dog Tavern. Not really my kind of place, but it was my girlfriend's birthday. She wanted to go out, see some stand-up comedy. I wasn't too excited about open mic night, but there's no cover and I'm on a TSA salary, so I was there and...
You saw my set?
Honestly, between you and me, you're not half bad. Some funny stuff.
This is fantastic. I couldn't write this. I mean, then you got to know that anything you say in here could end up in my material, right? I mean, you got to admit this is funny. You just happened to be at my show last night, and today you just happened to be... Wait, you didn't just happen to pull me out of the security line, did you?
What are we going to find on your phone? Did you post any of your set on social media?
What does it matter?
You had some pretty choice words for the current administration.
It's called a free speech.
I saw you referring to your little notebook all through your set. What are you going to find in your little notebook?
Go ahead, Lisa. Jump that line.
Shall we sing about it? No, no one can hear us. You want to dance about it?
Jane jumps up from her chair with the jazziest of hands, and Braxton quickly jumps back into defensive position and pulls out their walkie-talkie.
Code blue, code blue.
The bell rings loudly, the door bursts open, and multiple TSA agents aggressively enter. One restrains Jane.
Nobody likes a smart aleck. Nobody.
And end for now.
I'm sorry about that line.
No, I'm sorry. It was not there at first.
I love the jazz hands. I love it.
Thanks, you guys. That was a good reading. Thank you.
That was fun. That's
I
a
feel
great premise.
a little bit like that was a little bit of the story of my non-recording life here, but
We've got all the guns.
Nice.
Oh, wait a second. I think we went out of order. It was supposed to be Lisa first. So now Lisa.
Yes. Okay, my untitled play. We have Valpy reading Trudy and Chris reading Jerry. And I'll read stage directions if they're necessary, not the jazz hands. And Chris?
Sorry, I was respecting the mute too much.
Damn, you look good.
Thanks. Do we know each other?
I don't think so. It's just that I've seen you here before, like basically every week for the past 36 months, and I thought, no offense, but today, there's something about you.
Is it the bow tie?
I can't quite put my finger on it. Did you get a haircut? Maybe a new shirt? Join a cult? On drugs?
It's not the bow tie?
Oh, I know. You finally got a job, and that's put a spring in your step.
Let me put you out of your misery, torturing yourself with ideas. I'm wearing a tuxedo, and I must say, I can rock a tuxedo.
Oh, I think you're onto something. That's what it is. It's the goddamn tuxedo. Bow tie, cravat, top hat, the whole works. So you got a job?
Do people who get a job ever come back to the unemployment line?
No, I guess not.
I'm still looking.
So what's with the monkey suit?
Well, I remembered what my Granny Agnes used to say. Clothes make the man. If the bureaucrats can see me in this elegant suit, I might just find myself with suitable employment. In fact, I'm counting on it. If I don't get a good job offered to me today, I'll tell you this, friend, you'll never see me again. I'm walking up those stairs, out onto the roof, and over the edge I go.
You'll mess up your tux.
I'm being cremated.
A crack of thunder.
There's lightning out there.
It may save me the trouble of jumping and save the tuxedo.
Wait. You're telling me that if you don't get a job today, you're ending it?
Not just a job, man. A job worthy of my skills and experience.
What line of business were you in?
Lights down and spotlight on Jerry as he twirls around, doffs his top hat, bows, and says,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Spotlight now includes Trudy, a girl from the circus audience. She looks around in awe.
I've never seen so many people.
What's your favorite thing about the circus, young lady?
The trapeze artists, the clowns, the elephants, the lions, the cotton candy.
You better watch that cotton candy. It will give you a tummy ache.
If I felt any better, I'd see a doctor.
I think you mean, well, never mind. Look this way. Across the Theater of Marvels, the Trapeze Act is just beginning. Feast your eyes on this spectacle. Dare you look away? I wouldn't.
A trapeze artist flies through the air, becomes a clown, lands on the back of a lion, and rides away through the tent doors.
Wow.
Wasn't that something?
Spots off, and we return to the fluorescent lighting of the unemployment office.
You were really good at your job.
The greatest job on earth.
Excuse me, but how many circuses are there?
Oh, I don't know. There are big ones and small ones, fly-by-night ones and European ones, and the Ringling Brothers, of course.
But what are the odds you'll find that job today? Do circuses even recruit through unemployment services?
Hard to say on both counts.
Your life is on the line. You should have better odds.
My life is on the line either way.
How do you mean?
A ringmaster must ringmast. Just like you. What did you do?
Accounts payable.
Just as you must collect unpaid bills, I must stand in the center ring, the lights up. The crowd's murmur becomes a roar and then hushes in awe, then gasps. The performers fly and leap and juggle and growl. The night becomes alive with the power and the majesty that is the circus.
The crowd noise increases.
Do you have any idea what it feels like to stand and direct all of that human and animal energy to create magic, to lift up little boys and girls so that they might dare to dream and live a life that is more?
More.
Bigger, larger, spectacular.
Yes. 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 I remember that feeling. I went to the center of the ring and I wanted to be the ringmaster. But my parents laughed. My teacher laughed. And then I stopped saying it out loud. And then I forgot I ever felt it.
I won't go back.
I won't go back either.
They take hands and face the unemployment window, watching the numbers flip on the machine that tells you when it's your turn. They turn to one another.
Good luck. I think it's going to be your lucky day.
Good luck to you too.
A bell rings, the number flips.
That's me.
Jerry takes a bow, doffs his top hat, and walks up to the desk. Thunder cracks. Blackout.
Nice. Nice. Very cool.
The reincorporation of the thunder. Lisa, I just have to mention that we took the suggestion everybody does jazz hands, but one of them that we didn't take was someone undoes a bow tie with one hand. And, yeah. So
was that a suggestion that I missed?
No. It's what we didn't take.
No, it's just
it was like how
bow
did you
ties are in the
know?
zeitgeist.
It's like you started with that, and we would have just given you that. I don't know. It's just like somebody was on a wavelength with you.
Oh wow, that would have been cool.
Pat, what is the right order now?
Next is Clara, and then is Chris.
All right, Clara, what do you got going on?
Hi. So my suggestions were a nun, swimming, and angry. And my actors are Chris and Valpy. And I'll be reading stage directions. You guys ready? I don't hear anything, so I assume you're ready?
Yep,
Yes.
ready.
Okay, here
Yes,
we go.
I'm conserving the instrument.
Okay. Good idea. Okay, here we go. Setting. A club pool. At Rise, Sally, a young woman, is sitting by an umbrella near the pool, fully dressed, staring at the pool water. Max, a young waiter, enters with a tray of curly fries and approaches Sally.
Hey, did you order the curly fries?
Why? Can't you find who ordered them? Okay, hand them over. I'll take them.
That's not the question. Are you the person who ordered them?
Maybe. Just give them to me.
What do you mean, maybe? I can't just give you curly fries if you didn't order them.
Look, Max, don't be a jerk. If you have an extra order of fries, just give them to me. It's not going to kill you. Nobody's going to die if I eat some curly fries that I didn't pay for. It's not like it's the end of the world or anything. Jesus.
Why are you being like that? Is that what they teach you at the convent? What would the Mother Superior say if she heard you talking like that?
Sister Imogen is not the boss of me.
Uh, I think she is.
No, not anymore. I'm thinking of leaving the convent.
What? Really? What happened?
What didn't happen? They're bossy and mean, and they don't have Netflix. It's not at all what I thought it would be.
What did you think it would be?
You know, nice. I thought it would be nice.
A thunderstorm starts.
Uh-oh, I'll get an umbrella.
He brings an umbrella over and they stand under it.
You know, I think this is a sign from God.
What, the rain?
Yeah, you were being anti-God, so now it's raining.
You really think that's what happened?
Sally, there wasn't a cloud in the sky a minute ago. How else do you explain this?
Jeez, I didn't mean anything by it. I've just had a really bad day. They made me scrub the bathroom floors. I broke a nail. I don't think I'm cut out to be a nun.
Yeah, probably not. Never thought you'd make it as a nun.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think I'm good enough?
No, it's not that. You're just too pretty.
I'm not pretty.
Okay, yeah, not pretty exactly.
What's that supposed to mean? You think I'm ugly?
No, I just, never mind.
I'm going to eat these fries.
Okay, you may as well. They're all wet now.
I like them wet.
She eats some fries.
So now I have to figure out how to tell my grandma that I'm leaving the convent.
Just be honest. Honesty is
The what?
the best policy. It's like saying, if I felt any better, I'd see a doctor.
I hate sayings. It stopped raining. I'm gonna go swimming.
She begins to remove her outer clothing.
Uh, do you mind? I'm trying to get undressed here.
Oh, sorry.
He turns his back on her.
It's not like I haven't seen you in your bathing suit before.
When I pull down my pants, my bathing suit bottoms might come down a little bit. I don't want you to see my butt.
Well, okay. Fair enough. So what are you going to tell your grandma?
I'm thinking I'll tell her that I have a disease. What's a good disease?
Well, cancer is always popular.
I don't want anything that's going to kill me, just something that makes it not good to live in a convent.
Is it dusty at the convent?
Oh my God, it is so dusty.
Then allergies.
Allergies. I like that. Allergies. Yes. Ha-cha-cha. Ooh. Ah. Ha-cha-cha.
Sally
I
starts
like
dancing around.
Ha-cha-cha-cha.
Max joins her.
That's
Sally
okay.
stops dancing.
Hey, I'm going swimming.
She dips her feet in the water.
Oh, chilly.
Hey, since you're not going to be a nun anymore, you want to maybe,
What?
you want to go out sometime? Maybe we could have dinner at a nice restaurant or something.
You mean like a date?
Well, it sounds weird when you say it like that.
I've known you forever. I saw you pee your pants in third grade.
That was a long time ago.
You peed your pants for no reason. The bathroom was right next door.
Why do you always have to bring that up? That was a long time ago.
I'm sorry. I just think it's funny.
I don't do that anymore.
I know.
I think I was just excited.
Okay.
Lots of kids pee their pants.
Sure.
So anyway, do you want to go out with me?
I don't know. I gave away all my cute clothes when I joined the convent. I only have ugly clothes now.
I don't care what you wear.
Well, I do. If I'm going to go on a date, I want to wear something cute.
That just sounds like an excuse, but I get it. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. Can you give me those fries back?
Why? You can't give them to somebody else now. They're full of my germs.
She spits on the fries.
Great. Very mature.
He starts to walk away.
Hey, Max, come back.
Why? So you can be mean to me?
I'm sorry. I told you that I had a bad day. Sister Teresa hates me. Sister Agnes hates me. They all hate me.
I'm sure they don't hate you.
They act like it.
They're probably all jealous because you're so pretty.
I thought you said that I'm ugly.
I never said that. I think you're nice looking.
Really? Thanks.
It's true. So, do you want to maybe, go out sometime?
On a date?
Yeah,
Like to a nice restaurant?
yeah.
I don't have anything good to wear.
Jesus.
Blackout. The end.
It's so cute. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I feel like Nuns Swimming Angrily, which is the title, should be one of the 12 days of Christmas.
Definitely.
Yes.
5 angry nuns.
Yeah.
All right, we have, I think, one more play to read,
Yeah.
unless I'm completely mixed up. And before we launch into Chris's play, I would like to tell the people in the Zoom room that we usually spend about 5 minutes just hanging out afterwards. If you have questions you want to ask or people you want to say hello to, we'll be doing that for about 5 minutes after this play. But for now, over to you, Chris.
All right. And to set this up, this is based on a true life incident because Lisa had to go to the dentist today. My suggestion was something you might not say to somebody who you might say to somebody who you hadn't seen for 20 years, and it was, "Damn, you look good." And we start with Lisa sleeping the uneasy sleep of the sedated. She also has a touch of sleep apnea. After a beat, her window slides open, and the tooth fairy, dressed in her usual outfit of a giant tooth costume with wings, crawls in. She stealthily makes her way over to Lisa's bed, reaches into a pouch, and takes out a dollar coin and slowly starts putting it under her pillow. Lisa's eyes fly open.
What the hell? Who the fuck are you?
Starts fumbling around on her nightstand for her glasses.
Hey, Lisa. Damn, you look good. Oh, nice frames. Warby Parker?
My gun is somewhere in this room, and when I find it, I swear to God.
No, relax, relax, relax. I heard you had some dental surgery today, so I thought I'd come by and make things right.
Make what right? You know what? Just get out of here.
No, I know. What I did was unforgivable. You have a right to be bitter. I bet the gun is underneath all those papers on the table over there. Do you want me to get it?
No, I don't want you to get it. Who are you? Don't answer that. I want you to leave.
No, I would love to. I see that I took some liberties in trying to make it up to you. I'm sorry. Let's just forget this happened.
She heads to the window, but a thunderstorm begins.
Ah, damn, look at this weather. Well, I'm grounded now. I'd be washed down a gutter and into the sewers in no time if that happened. And trust me, you do not want that to happen to you.
Starts going through the papers.
Oh, wow. These papers look official. Are you a lawyer now? Now, the last time I saw you, you wanted to be an astronaut. Of course, a lot of kids do. How are they to know how boring it is?
I am a lawyer, and like my billboards say, I'm unbelievably vicious. So tell me who you are and get the fuck out of my house. I've sued the police a lot. They owe me one.
That doesn't make any sense.
Usually it does. Who are you?
Oh, I'm the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy? Like for little kids?
Well, you believed in me till you were 14, so I wouldn't say that.
It's because my parents were evangelical atheists. I had to create my own metaphysics. And the only thing that made me not believe is
I know. You got the braces off and put the retainer under your pillow. Your dad had promised you a racing bike because your dream was to run a blood doping lab during the Tour de France.
when I woke up, the retainer was still there. And that's what I vowed, that the only retainer that mattered is the one I'd get from my clients.
Well, and judging by these papers, you succeeded.
She finds the gun at the bottom of the pile and hands it to Lisa.
Here's the gun. Oh, by the way, Chekhov 980, good model.
Thanks. Feels good in the hand. That's important.
Oh, no argument here. So, how are you, Lisa?
Well, if I felt any better, I'd sue a doctor. It's kind of an inside joke in the litigators who have billboards community.
Well, you don't sound happy, especially with that sleep apnea. You should get a CPAP machine. It'll change your life.
Don't give me any advice. Folk spirits like you are all hopey, changey jazz hands. Pie in the sky dreamers. But the world is a different place.
She keeps on doing jazz hands, so you don't have to make Lisa do jazz hands the whole time. So she's continuing.
What's with the hands?
I can't stop doing jazz hands. What's going on? Help me, Tooth Fairy.
No, I think I've seen this before. Those are sarcastic jazz hands, right?
That's the only kind of jazz hands I can do.
Lisa, you've gotten so cynical, your body refuses to stop being sarcastic.
But this will be terrible in court and my commercials. Unless maybe I can sue you for pain and distress. Or maybe I should take care of this problem right now.
She goes to pick up the gun, but she can't hold on to it because of her nonstop jazz hands.
Damn it! Help me!
The Tooth Fairy brings herself close to Lisa so that they're face to face.
I can help you, Lisa, but you have to believe in me. I know I'm the cause of your cynicism, and while I can never fully make it right, this dollar coin I was going to put under your pillow is a start.
She puts the dollar coin into Lisa's hand. It immediately goes flying because they're still shaking.
Thank you.
And I have some connections in the doping and performance-enhancing drug world. I think I can help make your childhood dream come true.
Really?
Yes, Lisa. Do you believe me?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Her hand stops shaking. She hugs the Tooth Fairy. A bell rings.
Oh, damn. I got to get these wings back to an angel. I'll be in touch.
And we black out. And then I had an ending I was going to the whole time and forgot to type it in, which is that as she goes to the window, Lisa picks up the gun and says, "Take the gun."
I love it.
Way to go with those jazz hands. I typed in a note to Lisa after you said you don't have to do them the whole time. I was like, yes, you do.
At first I was like, okay, wait, where did the gun go? Yeah, leave the dollar, take the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So folks, we spent like 2 hours together already. And not only that, we have basically spent 5 years together. This show started 5 years ago, May of 2020. So we have tons of people to think of and thank. Of course, everyone who donated to both of our companies, Synergy and Freestyle, back then to help us keep going, but also the people who've been coming to see this whole extravaganza. That has kept us going and keeps us going. We're so pleased to have people stick with us. Some people in this audience have been to almost all of them, and many people have been to most of them. And also, where would we be without people who aren't new, giving it the first shot tonight? So thank you all so much for coming. Thanks to many, many playwrights, especially those who are here right now for your talent and your guts. And it's great to have you here. Freestyle Repertory Theater, of course, would be remiss if we didn't thank the New York State Council on the Arts and the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs for their continued help keeping our company going. And thanks to everyone who's coming next month, June 23rd. You can make your reservation on the Synergy Theater website. We'll hope to see you then. We'll have Alex Rowe. I think Lisa's coming back. We've got a brand new playwright, friend of Clara's, Ellen Barr, and we'll hope to see you all then. For those of you who have to leave us now, well, first of all, let's all pop our cameras on and give our playwrights another round of applause. Lovely, beautiful work. For those of you who have to leave us now, thank you so much for coming. Hope to see you next month. And those who are sticking around for the talk back, come on back. What do you got to say? If you have any questions, comments, anything for the playwrights, now's the time to pop in. But I think the first question on everybody's mind is, how was it for you there in the pool? What threw you off? What kept you going?
Well, I have to say that every suggestion came at the exact moment I needed it and fit right into my play.
You have no idea. You have no, I mean.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is great. Although I knew it's like, well, I have to get to this one, but this will be like, but I know where it can go. So yeah.
Yeah, I think which one was it? The one that it was like, if I felt any better, I'd have to call a doctor. I put that one, I put it back up. Like I had already had a thing about like, oh, you feel better about yourself kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that can go as part of that thing. So I don't know if it ended up being out of order because of that, but it felt like
Yeah.
everything fit. That was fun.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was living in dread that the last one would like completely upset the apple cart.
Of course.
Because I was like so out of time, but
Right.
it did not.
100%.
An alien pops up.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of them might have.
Someday I'm going to send the last suggestion, someone's a line of dialogue. Everything I've said to you is a lie.
That's great. I love that. Like I had a Granny Agnes, and Clara wrote about an Agnes as well.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I had a question. Were the suggestions supposed to be for one specific writer, or did everyone just elect to just use all of?
They all started with an individual suggestion from you. So the ones that they personally asked for, they personally took. But the ones that Kat and I asked you for, we texted those suggestions to them and they all had to throw it in right away. That's why you may have heard that line recur. That's why all the jazz hands were happening.
Yeah. So what happens is that your phone buzzes and it says like 35 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And so then it's like, okay, what's next? What's the next text? With the suggestion. So it's sort of like, it's a dramatic moment in the writing.
However, Mary, you may have noticed that tonight a lot of playwrights stole initial suggestions from other people. So there were like a couple of plays started with "Damn, you look great." Other, there was a lot of more cross-pollination to start with than we might have typically
There were
seen.
so many great suggestions up there. It was
Yeah.
like so much juice to be had.
Because I heard that, oh, damn, you look good. Like when Laura said that, and then somebody else said another. I
That's
was like,
right.
did they already use that? Did they
That's
already?
Yeah.
that's right.
That was
Right. I heard that too, and I was like, wait a minute, I haven't done this in a long time. Were we supposed to use the other ones? Am I don't even know.
Yeah,
Um,
I stole it.
Yeah, no, it's
Or
great.
it just, they just jump in because
Yeah.
you open your subconscious, or in my case, I am just totally drugged out and, from the surgery. And I'm just like, woo, I don't know.
You do say, just, to work spontaneously and just do write the first thing that pops into your head. And very often it's something you just heard, like somebody else's suggestion.
Yeah.
In the jam tonight, we were using the idea of a change happening. Like we did one where their emotions changed. We did one where the status relationship changed. I wonder if any of the playwrights, do you think of that while you're writing? Um, a change happening, or is it more that you're just aware when there's a potential for someone to be changed? Anybody have anything to say about
I have a couple thoughts. I feel like a lot of times I forget to think about that and it doesn't go as well. And then if I if I am thinking of that, it helps. But in this, I think sometimes I need to remind myself that the suggestions that come in really do it can help if they really do have a consequence. Um, so like the jazz hands, for example, for a bit that was, this, it kind of was bringing out some attitude and stuff like that. And it's totally okay if this was missed because maybe it occurred to me and we had 2 minutes left or whatever. But the movement and then the that led to the interrogatee jumping up, being like, okay, well, because of all, like because of the jazz hands, oh, you want to dance? Like, is that, you know, which of course puts her in this dangerous position where they come in and, restrain her kind of thing. So at that moment when, yeah, we have 2 minutes left, maybe I started feeling excited about the play. I mean, there were moments I was interested as I was going, but then I was like, oh, now it's getting heated, even more heated, you know? So if I could only remember that most of the time to think of what can change and things being consequential. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's like the last 2 minutes you feel the pressure. I feel like I write better under pressure, honestly. Like that's the good stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really admire when my fellow playwrights really go all in on the suggestions. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but Clara, I just remember hearing yours and thinking, oh God, she really took that suggestion. And I don't do that enough, I think. I kind of sometimes I just let it glance in and glance out.
Yeah, I feel like the suggestions are a, a real gift. Not that I always take them as much. I don't always embrace them fully because sometimes they're like it's really hard to. But generally, they're a real gift, because you get stuck in your little rut. You know what you like to do. You know where your comfort zone is, and it's great to get something that makes you take a turn and go somewhere new. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The more in trouble you are, I feel like the more the suggestion is really like game changing. Like I can think of a couple times I've done this where it just is like, you know, like especially the late ones where you like feel stuck.
Yeah.
I can't get this. I can't turn the story. I can't get there. And then the suggestion comes, and it just like makes you stop thinking about your problem and think about this new thing that you
Yeah.
didn't think of, and it takes your mind off. I'm stuck, and just is like, well, what can I do with the trap door or something like that?
It's a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I heard a quote yesterday, and they were saying, learning or the process of achieving more is to get comfortable in the discomfort.
Yeah.
That's where you grow the most. That's what I heard.
Yeah. I feel when I do these, I always have to have faith that I will get to the end. It's just you really have to have faith. It's like, it'll work. You'll find a way to make it work and it will be good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no time for like putting it in the desk drawer and
Yeah.
struggling for
Yeah.
years with it.
Yeah.
The pressure is on. And
So do you guys have a timer too? Like when you're writing, do you see a timer like we see a timer? So you don't, oh.
No, that'd be
You can set it for
disastrous.
yourself. Or
No, I don't do that. I just like Chris was saying that when we get the suggestion texts, there's a time reminder in that. So that's always, well, it's helpful and it can be totally like, oh my God, already? Yeah. So yeah, we got 35 minutes left, 26 minutes left, 18 minutes left, and 5 minutes left in our, you can't see it, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. So have you ever been writing and then you're like, and you don't know where to end it? So when like Laura or Kat, they text you and you're like, 2 minutes, the end. You know what I mean? Somebody dies. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I write, I always set a timer for myself, or now we have it at the top of Zoom, so I could just look at the window, but I like to know. And it also helps me if I, for some reason, missed a buzz or something.
It's only been recently, like in recent months, where I think someone just said, I'm sorry, I just didn't end it. It just, it's in the middle of the scene. And I suddenly thought, what, do we really require that it has to be a completed scene? And of course, I always feel like, no, we don't require anything. But still, I think it's most of us just feel like we just want to resolve it, just really want to
Yeah.
do
Well,
that.
you want to finish the crossword puzzle,
Mhm.
because it is kind of a game. So
It
it's just
is,
like you
yeah.
want to play it to the end.
Right.
However, if somebody said, oh, wow, I got the first 10 minutes of a full-length play from doing that right away show, I'd feel great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. I loved hearing damn, you look good from like Clara's tooth fairy. And then I also heard it where Laura was saying it to Chris, and it just kept popping up. And I was like, did I forget the rules of how they're supposed to do it?
Yeah.
That's even more, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's such a great attitude because it just like there's a lot of energy in that line. And so you're already off, somebody's like taking a strong position.
Yeah. I was thinking of the first line I wrote was, we got your bow ties here. We got your bow ties. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I very rarely like erase things, but in that case, I did.
Yeah.
You guys, I have to take off.
You know what?
It was
We've
really
been
fun.
together
Thank you.
for over 2 hours, some of us for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I appreciate everyone's time. I'm looking back here when people started talking about drinks, and I'm thinking, that sounds
Damn, that sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
It's great to see you all. Thank you all for coming.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you
I'll
all.
post this if I can.
This
Thank
was
you.
great. This was great fun. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to coming back. Take care.
Excellent. It's good to have you,
Thank
Jean.
you.
It's good to have you, Mary.
Jean, good to have you.
Bye, everyone.
Good
Night,
night,
Laura.
everyone.
Night.
Thank you.